Hey Sophia, good morning. This is I think a morning routine would be um, a part of my morning routine. It's funny how it's true, people get mixed up when they're trying to film themselves talking. They'll mix up words and things like that, or forget words or use the wrong words. I can see it now. I understand it. Yeah, so I think part of my morning routine, at least for a few days a week, will be to talk about some of the thoughts that are occurring to me that day. But this is part of a larger thought process I've been going through for the past 5 or so months, which is my finances and how to not get them under control, because at no point was my finances out of control because I had none, because I was making no money. But now that I'm making more money, I don't want to fall into the trap of like just spending a lot of it, because then I start thinking, oh, well, now I can afford, new clothes. I can afford new sneakers. I can afford like the bags that I like, affordable versions of them. But, and what I choose to spend my money on, and what I don't is going to be part of a larger conversation. But I just wanted to touch on how I learned what to do with my money right now. So the first thing I did, because I noticed I was spending a lot, especially during the holiday month of December, the beginning of January, and booking trips for this year, which we're going to Budapest. And then in early February, decided I wanted to go to Miami for my birthday, somewhere warm. So we decided on Miami. But I said, I really want to have some control. I want to see where my money is going, and I want to try and build up savings, because I know I can now, right? I'm making pretty good money, and I'm still getting child support. So I figured, let me take that child support, make sure it's going towards a fund that will help pay for Pratt, which I think is important. So I think I'm going to allocate, I've been allocating that money generally for things that have to do with you. But I'm more specifically going to allocate it towards Pratt. Anyway, so I have this new app called Quick and Simplify that I got the idea from watching this YouTuber, and I'm doing a lot of my finances through YouTube. I know it sounds weird, but at least it's a good starting point, right? You got to start somewhere. And her name is Don't Be a Lemon. That's not her name. That's her YouTube channel name. Don't Be a Lemon. I learned a lot of interesting things from her. This other person called Nisha, Ramit Sethi, and Conscious Consumerism, which I thought was a really good one. They all fulfill different functions. There's some other woman, break your budget. Yes, that's the one. They all give me slightly different things. Now, a lot of it is repetitive, which is fine, because you need to rehear a lot of this stuff to remember. But there are little things that come up in their conversation that ring true for me, that I may not have thought of something that way before. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to figure out what's the best way to go about the investment of my money. So I found out a couple of things that I think are baseline that's really important. One, obviously, pay off all your debt first. Pay it off. Only buy new things unless you really need it in the moment. Only buy new things once you have the money in your bank account. Then pay with credit card, and then pay off that credit card at the time of the statement balance, and only pay the statement balance. Don't pay above the statement balance, but technically you never want to get to a point where your balance is above the statement balance. The statement balance should be your balance every month. And that's something I needed to learn, because I was always like, I'll just put it on the credit card and I'll just pay it off as I pay off everything, just little by little, whatever it is. And that's just not the right way to look at it. So the first thing I want to do is, if I have a credit card debt, is to make sure at the end of every month, or at the point of the due date, only on the due date, pay what's on the statement balance, not my total balance. So there's a big difference. You don't want to pay it in advance, because the statement balance, they don't charge you interest up to the statement balance. Okay. Pay the statement balance every month until you've paid off your credit cards. Only the statement balance. Whatever's left over from that statement balance, right? If you have anything left over after you've paid off the statement balance, then you put it into a high yield savings account. That could be Ally Bank. I have American Express high yield savings account. Right now it's at 3.6%. When I started it was 3.9, which was nice, but things have gone downhill with this administration. And it's kind of crazy, but whatever. I'll leave the political talk aside. However, I wanted to put, then you put in a high yield savings account, and you want to keep emergency funds there, or like money that you want to have access to. And $10,000. I would say $10,000 is a good amount. It covers an emergency fund and any other costs that may come up, like car repair or a medical bill, teeth, emergency clothing that you might need. Oh, my boots broke, I need new boots, whatever, right? So I think 10,000 is a good enough amount to have in a high yield savings account. Then you want to max out your retirement fund. Now, for me as a teacher, I do have the TRS with the Teachers Retirement Savings. And that one is a really good savings account. I can put up to 27% of my salary in there. And I think the average yield is about 7% a year. So, and I can borrow from that, which is the key. So anyway, so you want to max out whatever company shared funding. So the company is going to help you invest. I don't know what that's called. Contribution, company contribution, employer contribution. You want to be able to max that out because that's money that you're getting for free from your employer in addition to your salary. Obviously, it's not free. You're working for it, but you want to max that out. That's the next thing you want to do, which is my second goal, right? Is to pay off the account, get 10,000, then go back to maxing that because right now I lowered it. Then after that, then invest in a market fund. And I'll get to that when I get to that. We'll see. There's some basic money markets and ETFs that you can do. But right now I'm building that. And my goal is to have $10,000 by August of this year, 2025. Right now, we're at the end of May. I have about 4,500, but I'm about to put another 1,500, and hopefully I'll get another 1,500 every month in there. Then in September, start maxing out my contribution to my retirement savings account. If I need to, I can always borrow money from there and it'll pay back slowly throughout my paychecks. And it's interest, but it's interest I'm paying to myself. I'm not giving the interest to somebody else or some other company. It's a 9% interest, but I'm paying interest back into my own account. Does that make sense? So you want to find ways to maximize that money, and I'll keep you updated on that. All right. I love you. Have a great day.